Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to TV8's Good Morning Vail for this Saturday, January 21st edition. I cannot believe we are 21 days into January. I feel like all of my New Year's resolutions are completely out the door because I've missed so many of them. I'm your host today, Maddie Evans, and we've got a great show in store for you, but we've got some really fun national holidays to celebrate today. One of which is International Sweatpants Day, so I hope that all of you at home are at least lounging in some nice sweatpants or some pajama pants, and you're really embracing this national holiday. It's also National Cheesy Socks Day. Now, I've said this a few times already this morning, and there's been a misinterpretation of the word cheesy. I mean like cheesy as in like silly socks, not cheesy as in like put cheese in your socks. So just so everyone knows, it's not weird, it's fun. So if you're getting out there, make sure that you celebrate your cheesy socks. Now, for the next hour of Good Morning Vail, we've got a lot taking place. Of course, we're going to give you a look at that local weather forecast, and we're going to talk to you about what goggle lens is best for a day like today. But we've got some really fun interviews to show you, especially because Sundance Film Festival is taking place in Park City right now, and we've had a chance to talk with some of the incredible people that are participating, whether they're launching a new pilot or a new show is coming out or a new movie. And so we're really excited to introduce you to some of those. And then, of course, we're going to introduce you to a binge-worthy show that you can tune into starting right now. Season 2 of All of the Queen's Men is coming out. Then we're going to teach you how you can maybe work through your New Year's resolution plateau if it was losing weight, on how you can kind of continue forward and push yourself just a little bit harder to get right over that plateau and start to do your New Year's resolution correctly. Now, some great activities and events taking place tonight that you want to get out there and check out. We've got a lot of fun happening always in and around our community. So if you're getting out there, there's some great things happening. Of course, you can always check out the Walking Mountain Science Center. They've always got beautiful nature walks taking place that you can go participate in, and you can go to their website for some more information. But if you're really looking for those fun Friday night activities as well, first of all, the Yetis are back in action, or Saturday night activities, excuse me, my brain. I was at the game last night. Now, you can make your way over to the Yetis game and you can enjoy all of the fun. They're playing the New York Fire Department this weekend. It was a great game last night, so make sure that you go online, you buy your tickets. They're $10 online, $15 at the door, and these are just a ton of fun, especially if you like to get out there and be part of the community. Now, something else that's taking place up at the Vail Performing Arts Center, if you're looking for a great show, well then, Joe Nichols is up there, and he's going to be fantastic. So make sure that you go online, you buy your tickets. Doors open at 7 p.m. or the show starts at 7 p.m. And this is just going to be a really fun show. This is going to make you want to get up and dance, and you can see all of those top country hits that he's going to be performing. So make sure that you check that out. Now, if you're looking for something a little later and a little bit more upbeat, well then it's a 21 and older concert taking place at Agave, and that is Goldfish. So you can go online, you can buy your tickets. Make sure that if you do make your way over there that you're staying nice and safe, but their tickets are on Eventbrite website right now, $25 to $30, and you can get in and have a ton of fun. So make sure that you check that out as well. Now, we always have so many great activities taking place in and around our community, but the skiing and snowboarding right now, let's just talk about it for a second, has been so good with all of that snow that we saw over the course of the week. So make sure that you get out there, you soak it up, and you just enjoy our beautiful backyards here in the Eagle County area, because it is so breathtaking and there's just a lot of things happening. Now, there's some other great activities as we make our way through the week. So make sure that you get out there and you enjoy all of them. We're going to take a short break right now. When we come back from the break, we're going to take a look at that local weather forecast, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Let's take a look at that local weather forecast for today. Cooler temperatures first thing this morning, 13 degrees around 8 a.m. High of 25, 30% chance of precipitation. Now, we are expecting to see some heavy cloud coverage and some isolated snow showers throughout the course of today. We are expecting to see winds come out of the west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour. So if you are getting out there to do anything, just be prepared for those slightly cooler temperatures. Now, as we take a look at Vail by the hour, we are expecting to see that cloud coverage be pretty heavy throughout the course of today. Those snow showers taking place into the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies as we approach the evening hours. Now, as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, temperatures down in Denver slightly warmer. 33 degrees in Denver, 20% chance of precipitation. 25 degrees in Vail, 30% chance of moisture. 26 in Avon, 30% chance of precipitation. 28 in Eagle, 20% chance of moisture. So if you are driving along that I-70 corridor, just watch out for those isolated showers and be nice and safe on the roadways. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 4 degrees is our overnight low. 40% chance of precipitation. Partly cloudy skies. Winds continuing out of the west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles an hour overnight tonight. So if you are getting out there to do anything, just make sure that you're nice and bundled up. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, tomorrow, some more scattered snow coming our way. 30 degrees is the high. 50% chance of precipitation continuing into Monday. 50% chance of moisture. Scattered snow continuing. Temperatures cooling down though. Make sure that you're prepared for that, and especially with these overnight temperatures dropping below zero. Now, as we approach Tuesday and Wednesday, slightly decreased chances of precipitation, but by Thursday we will see partly cloudy skies, another decreased chance, hoping for that sun to come out. All of this snow is so wonderful, but I think we could use a break from it right now and get some sunshine. I don't know about you, but right now we're going to introduce you to Nutrisystem, a great way to help you with your weight loss plateau, so stay tuned. Weight loss in the new year is something that everyone always works towards, but did you plateau already? Well, the Nutrisystem is here to help, and we've got Dr. Chris Moore joining us this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Now, you have so many tips and tricks on how people can kind of push past that plateau, stay motivated, and really work harder towards their weight loss goals with Nutrisystem. So let's talk a little bit about some of these great tips and tricks you have.
Yeah, certainly. And I want to remind people that, we often get disappointed or discouraged by these plateaus, but at the end of the day, they're normal, they're expected. And when we're looking to make positive change, whether with our bodies or our budgets or whatever it might be, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Or, and said another way, look at using a slow cooker versus a microwave. We're not looking for overnight change. So when we're thinking about weight loss in this case, it's, we want to start here and go right to here directly without any setbacks or anything else. But at the end of the day, that's not realistic. Change does not happen like that, regardless of what the outcome is. Change instead is more like a set of stairs where there might be some drop, there might be a little plateau, maybe even an increase, as long as the overall trend is headed in the right direction. And that is what is important. So how do we get that overall trend to go in the right direction? Again, from where we start to where we want to be. One strategy is by self-monitoring, okay? Or journaling is another way to say that. And it could be physically journaling. You write down the foods you eat, just to kind of be more aware, because what gets measured gets managed, okay? So maybe you're thinking, is this guy really telling me to write stuff down? Well, maybe you want to use an app. But tracking works, and Nutrisystem has an app called the Numi app, N-U-M-I, that can be one tool to, again, track and manage what you're putting in your body. And that said, well, what are some of the things you should put in your body? Well, one, we know that calories matter for overall success. When we're looking at weight loss, calories matter. But then the quality of those calories matters just the same. So protein and fiber, for example, are two nutrients you may have heard of. They help fill you up, a term called satiation or satiety. When we eat more of those, yes, more of those, you can be more successful. And I emphasize that because I often tell people, I want you to think about what can you add to your diet, not what do you have to take away. And that can allow you to be more successful.
Now, the mental game is something that's really large into this. So how can people use Nutrisystem to kind of stay motivated throughout the course of their dieting journey?
Yeah, great question. The mental piece is probably the biggest piece to the puzzle, right? It's not just we hear what to eat, but now how do I even do that and stick to it? Well, Nutrisystem makes it simple and seamless in the sense of you pick your foods that they deliver to you. So I don't have to go to the grocery store and do my shopping as consistently as I might have. I maybe add some foods to the program, but I get the food delivered for the meals that I need and that would help me the most. So when I'm busy and on the go that maybe I can just get a lunch and make that, or maybe lunch and dinner works for me, or maybe all 3 meals a day works for me. Again, allowing you to take the thought off of how do I plan and prep and grocery shop and all these other things, and instead take the time for what I need for the other things I really want to work towards. And maybe it's not cooking and prepping and all that. They deliver food to your door. You pick the meals you want, the foods you want to meet the goals that you need.
Which makes it so convenient. Now, for people who don't know what Nutrisystem is, can you just give us a brief little synopsis so that way people know what it is and why it could be beneficial to them?
Yeah, certainly. So number one, you may have heard about it. So it's a program that helps people manage their body weight, if that's a goal, or lower their body weight, whatever your goals may be. So on the website, Nutrisystem.com, you'll see options for both men and women. Okay. And then you could put in your body weight, your gender, your goals, and they provide the calories for what you need. And then you pick the meals that you want delivered to your door. Like I said, maybe you want 3 meals a day. If you're thinking, this is with my busy schedule, this is going to be the most simple for me. Or maybe you don't need that much. Maybe you just want 2 meals a day, whatever it might be. It allows you to pick and choose the meals that you need that would be most helpful for you, and also pick the foods you want, right? So they're not going to deliver foods that you didn't pick, but they're tasty. And then again, it's simple and seamless, because the end of the day, a lot of people don't like to, aren't interested in cooking, or don't have the time to. This is a simple, straightforward approach to allow you to reach the goals you want.
Dr. Chris Moy, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us this motivation to stay motivated and healthy and active and working towards our weight loss goals into the new year.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Make sure that if you're hitting that plateau point, maybe in your New Year's resolution, well, then you look towards Nutrisystem to help you reach those weight loss goals. We're going to take a short break from this, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for a binge-worthy show that you can just sit down and crush all of it because it's that good? Well, All the Queen's Men is exactly that, and we're here with one of the leading actors, Sky Black. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this morning.
I was reading about you online. You've had a very impressive career. You've done some crazy things. You've been on some big stages with some really big names, dancing, and now you're really taking the acting field by storm.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Acting is my love. It's my passion. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be a working actor. That's a feat within itself.
Which it's really impressive, and you play this leading role, and your character is so important to the series. So can you give us a little more information about your character on All the Queen's Men?
I play Amp Addiction Anthony on All the Queen's Men, and Amp is the lens. Amp is the viewer's lens. He brings you into the world because he just got out of prison from being in for a 9-year stint for killing his girlfriend in a car accident that we find out in season 1 because of a drinking problem. He was an athlete. He had a teenage drinking problem, and like I just said, he went into jail for 10 years. So now 9 years, but almost 10 years. It's a long time. So now you're seeing Amp come out of prison, get adjusted to new life, and because his aunt is the leader of Club Eden and this under-crime belly of this Atlanta male exotic dancing world, she's been his only savior while he was in prison. So now you're seeing him come out and adapt to life because his aunt is all he has. So he's adapting to life, and he's adapting to this new high, suspenseful turns and roller coaster world.
I think it's going to be a great season 2, and I know a lot of people are really looking forward to it. So what has been your favorite part of working on set so far?
Let's see, my favorite part. I think my favorite part working on set is the not knowing. And I say that I learn my lines, I know all my lines, but I never know what's going to come out. I literally submit to the moment. So that's been my favorite part of being on set. And we work very, very fast. We film about 20 episodes in about 3 weeks. So you just go and you let it go and plow forward. That's been the best part. That's been the best part for me because you never know what's going to happen.
I think it's really fun to work in those fast, up-paced environments for sure, because then you're always going. And it sounds like you have a little bit of freedom with maybe not fully knowing your lines.
Oh, no, I always know my lines. I always know my lines. I have a little trick, and I haven't said this yet. I learn my entire season before I go to work. So by the time I go to work, I'm literally living every single thing. So I know all my lines, but I never know what I'm actually going to do, and I never know how I'm actually going to feel, if that makes sense.
That makes more sense than not knowing your lines. I was like, wow, bold strategy, but I like it. I mean,
No.
ad-libbing is great and good for you for doing so. Now, if there's a young person watching, or maybe someone who's aspiring to get into the acting game, what would you give them as your one piece of advice?
I would say this, and I know people say it all the time, don't stop. Don't stop and listen to no one but yourself. If there are going to be people who are come by and say, hey, don't do it, you shouldn't do it. If it's in your heart, it's your vision and it was given to you for a reason. Don't stop. Just don't stop.
I think that's a wonderful piece of advice, and I think that really could translate to any dreams that people want to chase. Now, if people are interested in watching and seeing you on the show, where can they watch it?
Tune in to BET Plus. If you don't have the BET Plus app, you can get it just like you can get anything else. But All the Queen's Men, Season 1 and Season 2, and now the first 4 episodes of Season 2B are now streaming on BET Plus.
Sky, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, giving us all this great information, and thank you for the incredible work you do. You make this show very binge-worthy with your lead role.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. And stay warm.
Thank you. Make sure that you check out All the Queens of Men. That way you can binge the show, see this incredible actor, and see his acting journey. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Let's take a look at that local weather forecast again for today. 13 degrees around 8 a.m. 25 is the high. Slight chance of precipitation. Cloudy skies throughout most of the day. Now there is a chance for those isolated snowstorms to come our way for just a little bit. West-northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, which is going to make that 25 degrees feel a little bit chillier than it actually is. Now as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see that heavy cloud coverage throughout the course of this morning into this afternoon. Now that's when we could see those isolated snow showers roll in later into the afternoon, but then they're going to dissipate and that cloud coverage is just going to remain heavy. Now as we take a look at that I-70 corridor, the temperatures down in Denver slightly warmer, 33 degrees in Denver. They might see a little bit of sunshine throughout the course of today. 20 degrees or 20% chance of precipitation as well. 25 in Vail, 30% chance of moisture. 26 in Avon, 30% chance of precipitation. 28 in Eagle, 20% chance of moisture. And like I said, that's going to take place in the afternoon. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 4 degrees is our overnight low. We're going to start to see some heavier clouds move in, bringing us an increased chance of precipitation, 40% chance of snowfall, partly cloudy skies, winds coming out of the west-southwest at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, tomorrow, increased chances of precipitation, 50% chance of moisture. That's going to be scattered snow showers continuing into tomorrow. High of 30 degrees continuing into Monday with that 50% chance of scattered snow throughout the course of today, or of the day, sorry. But those temperatures are starting to cool down at -2 degrees is our overnight low on Monday, so just be prepared for those cooler temperatures to make their way over here. Now, as we get further into the week, decreasing chances of precipitation on Tuesday, increasing slightly on Wednesday, and then slightly decreasing again on Thursday. Those temperatures, though, starting to cool down quite a bit. We want to thank Sun and Ski Sports for bringing you this weather report this morning. If you're looking for a great place to go shopping, well, then make sure that you go check them out in the heart of Avon, because they've got everything that you need for all of your winter activities. Now, we're going to take it over and take a look at what goggle lens is going to be best for a day like today with all of that cloud coverage.
Lens of the Day is brought to you by Eyepieces of Vail and Goggle Bar, serving the Vail Valley for over 30 years.
It's that time of the morning where we're going to talk all things getting outside, skiing, and riding, which I know is in my forecast for today, so I hope it's in yours as well. But if you are getting out there, since we are going to see that slight chance of precipitation, it's really important that you have the right goggle lens in on a day like today. That way you can see, so you can ski or ride out there. Now, I've got this Smith 4D mag right here in front of me, and the coolest part about this goggle lens is due to this curve that's down here at the bottom, it increases your bird's eye view by 25%, allowing you to have a larger depth of field. No matter what you're skiing, you're just going to be able to see more, which is going to keep you safer. Or if you're riding out there, it's just going to keep you safer. You're having that little bit of extra peripheral vision. Now, both lenses in front of me have some nice fingerprints on them. So really quickly, when you are cleaning your goggles, you want to make sure that you're using something that's really safe to clean your goggles with. And you just want to get those fingerprints off by going in nice little circular motions to get them off. So you can get it off like up here, where it's not really in your line of sight, but you can definitely see those fingerprints on there, and this is just going to help get those off of it. Now, for a day like today, like I said, you want that lighter lens. Both of these lenses are great. They both come with ChromaPop technology, which means that it is color enhancing technology to help you see out there on the mountain. This lens is pretty dark. It's going to allow less light in, so we're going to put that one to the side. We're going to pick this nice little yellow, kind of bluish tinted lens because this is going to allow a lot more light in, which is going to make it a lot easier for you to see so you can ski or ride out there. Now, all you have to do to get this lens into the frame is place it, line it up. That simple. It's a magnet system. But then there are these nice little levers that are going to clip that goggle lens in. So I'll push them down so you can see that one more time. These nice little levers, clicked it in. Now that goggle lens isn't going to move like some of the other ones where it is just those magnet system holding that lens in place, which is going to make it nice and easy out there. Now, something that we do want to talk about as there's all this precipitation coming down is there's an anti-fog coating on the inside of your goggle lens. It's really important that you don't wipe that out because it is like factory pressed into that goggle lens. So once you wipe that out, it's really hard to get it back in. It's just going to be easier to buy a new goggle lens. So if you do get moisture in that goggle lens for any reason and you have a pair of goggles like this, take your lens off, shake it off pretty good, and then make sure that you do something like take it inside and you put it under one of the hand dryers in the bathroom just to help it kind of get rid of that moisture. We want to thank Eyepieces of Vail for bringing you this Lens of the Day report this morning. If you're looking for a great place to go shopping, well, they're your one-stop shop for all of your eye, prescription, and goggle needs. Also, they have great helmets. We always recommend going to the Goggle Bar at the top of Bridge Street, but make sure that you go check them out. And we want to thank them again for bringing you this Lens of the Day report. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
It's time to get your skis in shape or your snowboard in shape for the ski season, and the best way to do that is to get it tuned. And so we're standing here at Sun and Ski Sports where you can bring all of your equipment to be nice and taken care of, and we're standing here with ski expert Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, good morning, guys. So we're here to talk about our awesome ski tune and snowboard tune service shop. So what do you think?
I think it's really exciting. I think now that the ski season is officially here, it's important that people get that gear out of storage. They bring it here, they get it nice and dialed in for the upcoming season. Whether you've changed your boots, whether you maybe have a small core shot in your skis like I do from last year and you haven't filled it yet, now's the time to get that taken care of.
Yeah, so we're still early season, but there are so many services our tech shop has to offer for you guys. And like you said, you have a core shot, let our experts look at them and we will take a peek at those skis or your snowboard, or if your boots need adjusting or remounting to your bindings, we can do all of the above. So I think that's the beauty of our tech shop here is these guys pay a lot of attention to what they're doing and cater to you, right? Like we look at those edges and your top sheets and all the bits and pieces in between. So yeah, it's well worth bringing it in and having somebody look at it and give you an honest opinion before you get out on your skis for the season. And your first run down, not a great run. So bring them in early season and get them tuned.
I think it's really important, especially if you're someone like me who has left that core shot sitting through the summer, which is not even the ideal way to take care of your skis. But I do love the fact that you guys will pay such good attention, because it is important that people understand the technology that's in the base of a ski or snowboard is basically what you have on your face. It's a porous base, which means that you want to take really good care of it throughout the winter season so it holds up really nicely throughout the winter season.
Sure, I mean, absolutely. And we want you to get down the mountain safely and have a great time doing that. So bring those skis in, and our techs, we offer tons of different ski packages. So should we talk about those?
Yes, let's talk about all of the options so you know what you're getting done on your skis or your board is important.
Yeah, so we offer different ski packages as far as tune services go, as well as for snowboards. Price points vary depending on obviously what you need done. We'll give you up close on what our price packages are, but we also have a really awesome program, and it's called the Peak Perks program. So when you sign up with Peak Perks, you get 20% off of your ski tune services, which is wonderful. I mean, who doesn't love a good discount?
I was just going to say, sometimes if you're an avid skier, you're spending a lot of days out there on the slopes. You're getting your gear tuned quite frequently.
I would hope so. Yes.
Right.
I would really hope you're coming
Right.
in often, you know, if you're an avid skier and getting and taking care of your gear, because that's what makes it last.
Right, and another big thing that people don't understand is the temperature of the snow changes. When the temperature of the snow changes, you need to change the kind of wax that you're using so that you're getting less friction on the snow based on what's on the bottom of your ski or snowboard. And so to have that Peak perk where you can get 20% off and save a little bit of money on continually waxing and keeping up with the trends of the snow is so important.
Yes, I mean, absolutely. If you can't do it at home, bring it into us. We'll take care of it for you, especially early season. You need to take that storage wax off.
Right,
Yeah.
Especially take that storage wax off before you get out there. So let's talk about some of the great packages that you do offer, because you have a variety of
We've got
tunes.
Tons of different tunes that we can do. So ski packages, we rate them on a 1 to 5 scale basically, but if there's any, you know, as far as our price point goes, but if there's anything extra that you need to have done, we'll take care of you for it. So we've got tunes, so your basic, you know, edge and wax. Bring it in, quick, easy peasy, we'll get that back on the mountain for you. If you need some more serious work done, you know, P-Tex or anything like that, then give us a little time and we'll take care of you. But we can absolutely, I mean, our tune shop back here, these guys are awesome. They
And you
really
guys
know
have
what they're talking about.
A state-of-the-art winter steiger
We have a
machine,
beautiful winter
which if
steiger
you're
machine.
if you're a ski
Yeah.
nerd, like clearly we are, then you know that this machine is
The
mesmerizing.
Mercury is beautiful, yeah. But also outside of that too, my guys all do mountain preps too. So you buy a pair of skis from us and you don't have your bindings, great, we'll get those mounted for you. If you just need an adjust, awesome, we'll test them on the test machine, make sure they're safe for you to go, your DIN setting's correct to your boot length, and yeah, these guys are wonderful, so I love our shop.
Well, and it's really important that you get this done, and especially if you're someone at home who has growing kids, maybe they outgrew their boots last year, make sure that you come in and you get those skis adjusted, because there is nothing worse than a double ejection anywhere on the mountain.
Well, yeah, and that's just a safety thing too, right? I don't want to fly out of my skis, so bring them in, we can run them across our test machine, and these guys will get you taken care of. But definitely sign up for the Peaks Perk program. It's a wonderful benefit.
And it helps a lot. So if people are interested in signing up for the Peaks Perks, what's the way for them to do so?
So essentially when they come in to purchase anything at the register, our cashiers will collect their phone number and email and your name.
It's
And
that simple.
that easy. Yeah. And then you'll get some sweet coupons maybe.
It's that simple. And then, of course, you'll be updated when all of the great things maybe go on
Yeah,
sale
right,
and
like
all of the fun
All
stuff
of our
happens.
gift giving and our early Black Friday sales that are going on.
All of it is incredible. Now, something else that you guys do offer right now is ski boot fitting. So if you're someone who maybe you ran around barefoot all summer, your feet have shifted a little bit, you're going to go put your foot in that ski boot, you're going to realize that maybe you have some pressure points. You want to get those worked out. You guys are the place to come for that as well.
We can definitely do boot fitting, yes. And same thing, if you buy boots with us, we will go above and beyond to get those boots fitted for you and make sure, you know, that all those points are taken care of. There's a lot of different pieces to it, but yeah, our guys in the ski department, we have all the technology, you know, we can heat mold and throw them on the heat stacks and open that liner up a little bit for you, but yeah, these guys will get you taken care of. But that's what we're here for. I love boot fitting. It's like, all right, ski 'em once, tell me where it hurts. How can we fix that for you? Yes, because ski boots are special.
They definitely are special. That's a very polite way to
They are,
put.
but that's the beauty of us having those services for you is we want to make you happy on the mountain and we want to have you comfortable and enjoy your time skiing. So
It's important that you work out all of these little details, from making sure that your bases are taken care of to making sure that your soles of your feet are taken care of in your ski boot, because those are all of your major contact points for being on the snow. So it's important that people have those dialed in.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, going into new season, look at your heels and toes on your boots. Do those need to be replaced or things like that? But we also offer some really cool insoles too. We have this fabulous new machine that will actually measure all of your pressure points. So, I want you guys to dial into that later for me so we can check it out for gift giving.
Perfect. Well, make sure that you come to Sun and Ski Sports. Now, where are you guys located, and what are your hours of operation if people need to get in here and get their skis worked on?
So our location, very important. We are at the base of Beaver Creek, right across from City Market in Avon, so super easy to get to. And then our hours of operation in the winter, so we like to be ready before the mountain opens and here late after the tour closes. So we are Thursday through Sunday, 8 to 8, and then Friday, Saturday, 8 to 9.
Thank you so much for all this great information, giving us a look at what you guys do here at Sun and Ski Sports, how you help everyone get nice and geared up to hit the slopes.
You are so welcome. I'm glad you guys could join us today, and we hope to see you in the store and see what we can do to take care of you for the winter season.
Make sure that if you need any gear to get geared up for the winter season, you come into Sun and Ski Sports. They've got everything you could possibly imagine, and they'll help you get that gear nice and in shape to be perfect on the mountain. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
With Sundance right around the corner, there's so many inspirational films that you're going to want to get out there and see, one of them being Invisible Beauty, which is all about Beth Ann Hardison and her amazing journey through being a revolutionary in the fashion industry, and of course one of her wonderful co-directors with her, Frederick Chang. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to chat with me.
Well, thank you for having us.
I would just like to ask, only because Frederick and I had a chance to talk a little bit about it off camera, how you guys came to meet to bring this wonderful film to life.
Well, Frederick, continue your conversation.
Okay, I'll just say it again. We met in 2014. We go a little bit back. Beth Ann was receiving this award, this fashion award from the CFDA for her work, advocacy work. And I was approached to collaborate on a little short film that would come on stage before Beth Ann received the award. And so that was my first introduction to Beth Ann, and I was captivated because I got to interview her one afternoon, and the story of her life, her work was just so vast, and the personality and just the way she was telling the story was just so interesting and so captivating. So we kept in touch over the years, and that's how I found out about Invisible Beauty, this film that Beth Ann had been working on already for quite some time, and it was dormant. So that was my first introduction to the project.
Exactly. That's exactly. You told it quite right, accurately so. And it's true that it became like when you say things just were meant to happen, and this is exactly what happened with Frederick and I. It really was meant to happen because I was, like stirring in a pot, figuring, how am I going to get this film done? And he came along and he convinced me that already I had begun to think the film has to be about me instead of another subject I was trying to tell. And I'm very happy that we made it happen.
Now, Beth Ann, as we kind of did the introduction, you are someone who has revolutionized the fashion industry only because you are such an activist in so many ways. So what was it like throughout your career wearing so many different hats?
Oh, well, that's, listen, when you don't have, when you're a master of none, it's very easy to wear different hats. You just, it's just things that are called, you're capable of doing many things and you just wind up doing it. You think, if you had one particular thing that you were great at, and this is what you knew was your profession, then you don't wear a lot of hats. But when you're, like you come on this earth and you're just like flowing, and you just wind up doing different things you're capable of doing and things that you're meant to do, so there's no trying to figure it out. It just is that, you just put one foot in front of the other.
And I recently just read an incredible Vogue article that came out about this time last year. So do you think that your younger self would have ever seen you making these accomplishments throughout your career?
Oh, absolutely. Well said. Good question. No, absolutely not. I'm still impressed that I'm making them now. I'm looking back at myself thinking, oh my God, Jesus, can you believe? And especially when I see the film. Seeing the film really reminded me of who I was just 20 years ago. Because and now I'm in a different position. Now I'm doing something, rolling the ball in a different direction. So I wouldn't have thought it as my younger self, no. But I knew as my younger self, I was always active and moving and doing things all the time. But I would never have imagined this.
And Frederick, what has it been like working with such a power in this fashion industry and such a force to be reckoned with through all of the incredible work that Beth Ann has done?
It was humbling, I would say, because when you speak to everyone that Beth Ann has encountered in her life, and when you start realizing really the impact, because I knew, as I said, like I interviewed Beth Ann a long time ago, and so I knew the trajectory of the life, but to really hear everyone talk about the ramification of like her impact and what she's done for people's lives all over the globe, really. By the end, I was kind of humbled, and I felt like a sense of responsibility to tell that story right, to first and foremost make Beth Ann proud and to not kind of like mess it up, because I felt like it was an incredible story that really deserved an incredible film. So it put the bar very high, but Beth Ann puts the bar very high, I think, for herself. And when you're around her, you just really want to also be at that level.
Now, if you had to give someone like a brief little synopsis on the things in this film that really stand out, what would you give them, Frederick?
So many things. As you said, Beth Ann has worn so many hats as a model, as a modeling agent with her groundbreaking agency, and then as an activist and advocate. I would say, like, for me, what really stood out and what people are really going to, I think, discover is a sort of untold chapter in the history of the fashion industry and the modeling industry, especially. In the late 90s and 2000s, there was a whitewash of the modeling industry where after the Soviet bloc opened, there was a focus on Russian models and Eastern European models, and the model of color got displaced in a way that far from the golden age that Beth Ann had experienced before. And that's the story we're telling in the film, in the second act. And I think for many people it was just a discovery. It's just a chapter that's not talked about enough, and I think we really just it was important for us to really bring that to light and for people to understand how that shift happened and what role Beth Ann played in that shift.
Now, Beth Ann, if there was a girl who was watching this interview right now who had a desire to become part of the fashion industry, what piece of advice would you give her to keep persevering through the challenges?
Well, I'm not someone who encourages people to model. So I would always say if it's a girl who has an idea, or girl or guy, if they would like to, I'd always think we always need people behind the scenes. And a lot of people think that, oh my God, I want to be in front because that's what you see. But I always say that, being in the model industry is not so easy. It's very hard. It's challenging beyond, and it takes a certain kind of person to put up with it. You have to also be the person that they want in it in order for you to even have a ride. So that's a little difficult. What I would say to anyone who really wants to do anything, no matter what it is, no matter what I even say, is that you really need to do your homework. You really need to recognize what it is that it takes to do something or be involved with something, what's required. And it's not just the physical, it's the stamina, the mental and emotional stamina. But also, if you really want to do something, just really recognize and learn a lot more about it before you step into it. I know right now everything is very, very easy. You just step in front of a camera, whether it be TikTok or a person's iPhone, and get pictures done and be known and get to be seen. And that's one way, but that's not the world I come from. So if you can make it that way, right on. Good luck out there, I would say. Ride 'em, cowboy.
That's a solid saying right there. I love the ride cowboy, and especially with the points that you're coming from, because you were in this industry for over 50 years, and it's not easy. It's a tooth and nail kind of industry, whether you're in front of the scenes or behind the scenes. And I think right now, after the few years that we've recently experienced here with COVID and everything else that's taken place, I think that this is the perfect time for this film to come out, to just really give people that inside look, give them that information of how challenging something so glamorous can actually be.
Well said. Look at you. I'm impressed. Well said. No, that's very good. I really appreciate you saying it that way. And I hope that it is true. There are people who have said when they saw the film, our agents, for instance, they really felt this was a timely film. They thought it has more hope than a lot of things you see. And it gives you walk away feeling like, wow, good. You feel, so it's almost like a feel good film. And when I've heard people say that, I go, really? Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for your thoughts on that, because you're a youthful person and you get it. That's nice.
I want to thank you guys both so much for taking the time to meet with me, chat with me, and not only that, but really inspire me. Whether I was reading your articles or whether just talking to you, I feel like I've learned so much just in this short time that I cannot wait to see this film.
Thank you so much. I'm happy, and I look forward for you to tell us when you think of it, when you see us, and you must look for us.
I will definitely look for you. Thank you guys again so much. Frederick, thank you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TV8 Vail.
Make sure that you check out the Sundance Film Festival and you keep your eye out for Invisible Beauty, because it's going to be one of those movies that changes the way you think about the fashion industry. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back from the break, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail. Good morning, Vail.
Let's take one final look at that local weather forecast for today. We are expecting to see those temperatures warm up just a little bit. 13 degrees around 8 a.m., high of 25, 30% chance of precipitation. Now it is going to be cloudy throughout the course of today, but we are going to see those isolated snow showers into the afternoon. West northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour, so if you are getting out there, just be prepared for that slight breeze to be rolling through. Now as we take a look at Vail by the hour, you can see that cloud coverage is going to be pretty heavy throughout the course of today. Those temperatures progressively warming up, that high taking place between that 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock hour. That's when we're going to start to see those snow showers really start to make their way out, so just be prepared for that. Now, if you are traveling along the I-70 corridor, there is a slight low pressure system sitting above the entire I-70 corridor. 20% chance of precipitation down in Denver, high of 33 degrees. 25 in Vail with a 30% chance of precipitation. 26 in Avon, 30% chance. 28 in Eagle with a 20% chance of moisture. So if you are getting along that I-70 corridor, just be nice and safe and give yourself that extra travel time, especially as we start to see that little bit of moisture roll in. Now, as we take a look at Vail overnight tonight, temperatures are cooling down. 4 degrees is our overnight low. 40% chance of snowfall, partly cloudy skies. Winds coming out of the west-southwest overnight, so that is going to be continued at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Now, as we take a look ahead into the next 5 days, 50% chance of scattered snow showers likely tomorrow. High of 30 degrees. We will see that continue into Monday with a little bit cooler of temperatures, 21 degrees on Monday. Now, the temperature is dropping down into the 20s for the next few days, so if you are getting out there to do anything, just be prepared for those cooler temperatures. 21 on Monday, 22 on Tuesday, 20 on Wednesday, and then 23 on Thursday. Slight chances of precipitation across the board, so just make sure that you are prepared for more snowfall. I don't know about you, I'm loving all this snow, but I'm really looking forward to just one day in the beautiful Colorado sun that we have here. We want to thank you so much for tuning in to this Saturday edition of Good Morning Vail. We hope you've enjoyed all of the fun that we've been having, especially with some of those very cool people. I know that that was a highlight of my year thus far, meeting Beth Ann Hardison and her amazing director. So if you're interested in those, we've got some great interviews that we'll be showing throughout the course of the next week or so, introducing you to a lot of the great people that are taking place at Sundance. Now, you can look for Invisible Beauty once they kind of do their big world premiere to see it yourself, because I know I'm really looking forward to seeing it. We hope that you get out there, you soak up all of the great things taking place in and around our communities. Don't forget, the Yetis are playing tonight, so you can always make your way over there. There's a great show at Agave. There's a great show at the Villar Performing Arts Center. There's a lot of things for you to get out, do, and enjoy here in our community. We want to thank you again for tuning into your Saturday edition. I've been your host, Maddie Evans, and make sure that you tune in tomorrow. We'll be here from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., and we cannot wait to spend your Sunday morning with you.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. You're home in the Rockies.